Boosh, in this video, I'll be showing you an updated method in FIFA 21 because EA have ruined everything. Let's get into it. Just before we get into the video, lads, if you do want to buy yourself any FIFA 21 coins, make sure to go to the link in the description and check out Mule Factory. They've got a 24/7 service, they're completely reliable, and if you use the code LE5CHEAP at checkout, you will get yourself a 5% discount. So boys, like I said at the start of this is going to be another video showing you an updated trading method. It's sort of a variation of the, well, basically, if you've been in streams, you'll probably go, Lewis, I've got 10k coins, how can I turn it into 100k? Lewis, I've got 100k, I want 500k, anything low budget, and I always say exclamation mark silvers. However, EA have gone and done a silly. They've gone and done a massive silly. They have decided to remove compare price sniping.
Why are you the way that you are? Honestly, every time I try to do something fun or exciting, you make it not that way.
Honestly, boys, I really do not get it. Like, why? We were all just chilling as a little community. We were making some coins. We were doing a little something, and EA have come in and just ruined it. However, the boys, do not despair, because this method that I'm going to show you in this video is a very decent method, and it can make you very nice coins as well, which is lovely. If you want to see me though use this method that I'm talking about in this video to make loads and loads of coins, get this video to over 500 likes in the next 24 hours. Now, it is a Saturday today. I trust you, the boys. I will go through for the full hour, right? The full hour and trade. Now, we did it on stream the other day, but I'll do it again if this video gets 500 likes. As well, boys, I've got a question for you. Let me know down in the comment section, how many coins have you got at the minute in FIFA 21? Because if this video does quite well, I'll show you an updated version of a special card method as well. So, like, if you're on a bit of a higher budget, this might not be as applicable for you, so I can get a special one out, but just let me know down in the comment section. And as well, subscribe if you are new. Now, enough waff. What's happened, Lewis? What's going on? Now, basically, for some reason, EA have now made it where in the past, you could come onto the market, right, go over to the 59th minute, and you could literally sit here, compare price, back out, new cards would get listed up, and then you could pick them up and potentially sell them on for a profit. It was a really easy way to make loads of coins in a small budget, and it's a really good introductory method to the market in general in FIFA 21. For whatever reason though, EA have now removed that put your teeth back in. They've removed that functionality, and now when you compare price, this comes up instead, so the market will not update anymore. Now, the only way that you can now update this market is now by backing out and coming over here and changing like the max price like you would do with like normal sniping, and then scrolling back over and hoping that you see a deal again. But as soon as you compare price, or if you do it like quite a bit longer, or say if I add that to transfer tags and then do it, it'll update. Okay, it's not updating, of course it's not. Regardless though, that's what's happened, and as a result of that, that now means that these methods don't work anymore. You can't go and do this. So when I'm telling people to do exclamation mark silvers, they're probably going to the wrong videos. This will probably be the new video now that I send people to, but do not worry, I have found a better way on doing all of these methods that should work on both Xbox and PlayStation and even PC as well. So all bases are covered. Now, what you need to do is basically go over to the quality, set it to silver, and you can choose a top 5 league. Now, realistically, you need to stick with ones that have league SBCs because they will have the most silver players who go for a little something because they'll be needed for a league SBC. So, for example, right, centre backs from Aston Villa, there's pretty limited supply on the gold ones. That means that the silver ones are usually a bit more expensive. There you go. That's the best way to do it. So, usually, I go with the Premier League. The reason why I stick with the Premier League is because I know quite a lot of prices for individual filters, and I just find it the best one. I've made the most coins with it, so I'm sticking with it. Now, what you need to do is find the average minimum price. This will be different on Xbox, PC, it will be different on different times of the day. This will not stay the same, so do not set it to this price. What you need to do to find the average minimum price is basically put it to as cheap as you can get it, where you can still see cards on the market. So you can see here that the average minimum price for all these players is 950 coins. Now, this gives us something to work with, because if it's 950 coins, that means that we can come in and just snipe at, say, 900 coins. Anything that we snipe at 900 coins or below is a deal, because if we get it at 900, we can still sell it at 950 and get our coins back if it's a bad deal. Anything lower is profit. So this can be the first little method that you can try instead. You can try it out this way. However, you have seen immediately why I'm not overly keen on using this method, and that is for one reason and one reason only, and that is competition. So you can go and do it like this if you really want to. In my opinion though, I would prefer to do this method instead. What you need to do, find the average minimum price the same way that we would have done with the basic filter, and instead of setting it to basic, what you need to do is just set it to defender, midfielder, or forward. Now, as you'll be able to see right here, this is a hell of a lot easier to do it like this because you can get individual markets. So as you can see, we've actually just got that Masonda that someone else picked up on a snipe, and they've just listed it up at this price right here. Now, not a lot of people know about this at the minute, so this is really, really good to do, because what happens is if people don't undercut, they won't get bought up as quickly. And obviously with the compare price being gone now, not a lot of many people have sort of cottoned onto this yet. So you can go for midfielder, you can go for forward, and all you need to do is just go over to the 59th minute, and if you see a deal, you pick it up. So for example, in Ketia, I know that he goes for something because I do this method quite a lot, and I know that he usually sells between 1.8 and 2,000 coins. As you can see on the market currently, he is overlisted, and there's a couple at 1.7 and 1.8, but either way though, we've just got one at 950 coins, so we can sell at 1.5k. And then once we've got that card, then what we can do, we can back out and we can go over to the defenders, and you just keep going through and through and through, and if there's anyone who's there who goes for a little something, you pick them up. So we've just got a Leeds midfielder there who's currently going for 1.9k on the market. We've just got him at 950 coins, and there was absolutely no competition on that, which is absolutely perfect. And I'm going to list it up at 1.8k. And this is the method, the boys. This is the newest way that I've found works the best. Now, it will take you quite a while to sort of decide what players go for, but the best thing and the best way that I can sort of help you with this is by just telling you to do it more and more and more. The more that you do this method, the more that you will learn prices, the more that you'll be able to find out what deals are. And there's also a little something that I want to talk about as well with the selling of these players as well. So what I'll do, I'll just have a look. Is there anything else on this last cycle through of all these? I don't think there is going to be anything else. Forwards, hello? Nothing. Never mind. But what I want to talk about is actually selling these players on. So say for example, let's just go for a filter actually. Now we'll talk about filters in just a little bit, so do not go anywhere. I will talk you through those. So if we just go over to centre backs from Aston Villa, let's find the average minimum price. So the average minimum price of all these, as you can see at the bottom, is around 1.3k. Say for example, right, I picked up this Engels or Angels, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Say I picked him up though at like 700 coins. I could go and list him up under all these at say 1.1k. However, if you use this trick, this will be a hell of a lot easier. You can list them at this same price that all these other ones are selling at, or you can list it the tiniest bit higher as well. Now the reason for this is because the only reason why any of these cards have got demand is because they're part of a League SBC. Now, if we jump over to the League SBC tab, and let's just go, you know what? Let's just go over to a squad building challenge in general. Let's just go over to this Rabiot right here. We go over to this, start from scratch. And what we're going to do, we're just going to chuck that card in that we were talking about before, that Angels. So we're going to go over here. We're going to go over to Angels. I really hope that that's how you pronounce his name. We go over to concept players. Lovely stuff. We chuck him into the squad, and he goes over here at centre back. Now, if I wanted to go and buy this card, I would search up on the transfer market whilst I'm in the League SBC tab, and I go over here and say for example, actually I just leave that pricing off and just search up. You can see all of these cards here are pretty much all the cards on the market, but you don't see the cheapest one. Do you get what I'm saying? You only see the 1.3k, but if I carried on scrolling, I'd probably see one there at 1.2, which is cheaper. There may even be one at like 1.1k or whatever it may be. But what a lot of people do is they just search up and they'll just buy from this page right here. So you can be very, very cheeky when listing these players. You don't have to do it at say under what the market value is at that current time. And in some instances as well, if you do that, you can actually drop the price, because if yours doesn't go immediately, someone might undercut you and undercut you and undercut. Do you get what I'm saying? There's just a snowball effect. So when you're buying these players, please do make sure to bear that in mind. And we're going to be talking about filters next as well, which is something which you definitely need to keep an eye on. So say for example, right, I'm just going through and I'm sniping with silver defenders from the Premier League, and say for example, right, I picked up a Leeds defender. What you could do in that instance is then, if that card goes for a lot, which Leeds defenders do, you can go and take a look at other players from that team who are in a similar position who may be going for something. So for example, at the minute, Leeds defenders are going on average around 1.7k. Say for example, I picked up this Berardi at 1,000 coins. I wouldn't just list him up at 1.6k and carry on sniping. I would make a note of that card and I'd go and take a look at other cards, and then when you start to build up a bit more knowledge with this little farming method, you can then go into individual filters. Now from the Premier League, I know loads of different filters, which will be in that video tomorrow, but they make it a hell of a lot easier to go and trade, because instead of just trading with general cards, you can then go and trade with individual players who maybe need for league SBCs and make a hell of a lot more coins. So for example, if Everton centre backs I know is a good one because they're currently going at 2,000 coins. Do you get what I'm saying? And you can sort of build up a bit of a knowledge. Leicester City, I was going to say Leicester City then. Leicester City goalkeepers from there, I know, go for a little something because I've traded with them before, and then you can start to monitor those markets and move through just like that. So to be honest, boys, I don't really think that this compare price thing going has really affected too much, being completely honest with you. I actually really like this way of sniping at the minute. I'm not going to lie. I think it's just a much better way of doing it, considering that you can just get so many more cards, and a lot of cards do just sit at the minute. Ideally though, you do want it so there's minimal cards as possible, because you don't want to be scrolling over to loads and loads of pages. You just want to keep it on the one page if you can do. So like you can see here, go over to defenders, there's one there at 950 coins. You go over to midfielders, there's only a few at 950 there, but there's none at the minute. Or you go to forwards and you build up and up and up. But the boys, I think that's where I'm going to be wrapping this video up. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If we go over as well, I don't really want to show you too much of this transfer list. A lot of this stuff will not make sense at the minute, but it will do eventually. Trust me. I have been trading with silvers already today. As you can see, they're selling pretty nicely, and I've even got some other ones here. And when these cards don't sell as well, boys, please do not be disheartened, because you can get relistings on them and they will eventually sell. So please don't just think that because a card's not sold on within the hour mark that it's never going to sell on. It will sell eventually. If you've bought before 6 p.m. or there's no silver supply, they will usually sell on pretty well and hold the price. Just be very mindful of when you're doing this method. Before 6 p.m. is better. You always want to be out by 6 p.m. because 6 p.m. content can ruin stuff, or you want to do it after 6 p.m. during the night. Basically, whenever content is, do it before then, out by 6, and do it after then, out by 6 the next day. And that's the best way to make coins on a low budget in FIFA 21. Boys, if you've enjoyed this video, please do drop a massive like on it. I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with a video showing you how many coins I can make in 1 hour on a low budget. And in addition to that as well, I should have a trade to glory very soon. But the boys, this is Betty6, Lewis. Drop a like on this video, comment down below if you need help with anything, subscribe if you are new. It's Betty6, and I am off. Goodbye.